So 6:30, I'm en route to the airport. Does look like you get to travel loads of places, which you do, but it's quite an early start sometimes. It's going to be absolutely boiling here. So I'm off to Jersey, and amazingly, even though it's a few hundred miles south, it's actually 10 degrees cooler than Manchester, which is not a common occurrence. So see you soon. We're at the airport and randomly just bumped into my brother. He's off with the family to Menorca. Interesting. Arrived in Jersey. Bizarrely, it is 10 degrees cooler here. But yeah, a very easy flight, about 45 minutes, all good. Heather's going to be here shortly. Currently reading this book. I'm not a United fan, but I do have a bit of a fascination with Alex Ferguson and the amazing team they had in the 90s, and it's really good actually, recommended by a friend, so recommend that book. And let's see when Heather arrives. I am at Strive Health Club. It's a really impressive facility. They've got full S&C set up here, medical services. Dave Howell's SEM consultants based out of here. Johnny Pico runs the clinical bit, who's at Man United as a senior physio there for a while as well. Just a really amazing setup that they've got here. So this is the outdoor pitches. The airport is literally just there. They've got rugby set up where they've housed the Lions have been over here. They had South African rugby. So it's got a really high pedigree, as well as doing a load of community stuff for the Jersey Council. So it's quite a unique club, and I mean the investment is absolutely massive here. They've got full of kit. I mean they've got the Primus, and the way that Heather uses that is a really interesting way, integrating the physios and Dave on the SEM side as well. So yeah, very interesting setup. Great to see it. I've been meaning to come over here for a number of years now. So yeah, very impressive indeed. I'm on my travels again, so I've just popped into Island Wellness, which is really impressive facility. So Thomas has just opened that in June, a new facility that he's based in. I'm so lucky to get to go and see these places. It's really impressive. Not sure how many treatment rooms it's got. I'm going to catch up a bit later on. And then also I'm now at St Helier Harbour. So it's pretty impressive, and one of the things that I really enjoy doing when I'm travelling, I get to visit so many different places around, particularly the UK, but also internationally. I really love seeing places, and I always have done. I've always liked photography and well, more recently videography. So I love coming out and seeing different things. So that's why I rarely take that many holidays, I guess. It's always some sort of hybrid work personal bit, because if I'm traveling, which I love doing, it's always nice to pop in and see some facilities. So even though this is purely a work trip, I always like to take a bit of time to go and see what's happening in the locality. So I know very little about Jersey. So the guys, I'm meeting up with some guys later on they'll give me a bit more information on it. But yeah, I mean, it's quite unusual, and I know it's actually a lot nearer to France than it is to England, and it's got that foreign feel. And I'm from the seaside originally, and it's not really got that feel to it. It has got more of a foreign feel. But yeah, that is a really big part of what I enjoy about the work that I do, is that there's so many incredible places that you can go and see, and I'm not really one to get stuck in the office and working in one particular spot, and this allows me to do all of that. So that is Elizabeth Castle. As you can see, you can actually walk there when the tide's out. I've got my smartish shoes on, so I probably won't be doing that. And that's the bay. And then I'm going to walk up and around the harbour now. So yeah, I mean, it's a lot of the stuff that I do, it's long days, and when I actually analyse it, like, I'm going to be going until probably 10 o'clock tonight. We'll see how we got on after dinner. So I do try and take time in between, like in the process of trying to sell our home, Gabby and I. So you're dealing with things like that, dealing with people at the office, speaking to customers, speaking to potential customers, as well as trying to be present and doing this stuff, seeing the clients that you're with, catching up with proposals, different projects that I'm working on. We're working on an exciting grant application for an AI project at the moment, which is really cool. Finalising the book, so I'm going back with the publisher on different bits that we need to do, alterations, etc. They've sent me some stuff over, so you are managing a load of different things, which does bring a little bit of stress and anxiety, but I think that's always just the way. I think that really that's the way I like it. Hopefully this isn't too windy. It's actually not windy at all, but it sounds quite windy in my ear. So yeah, so you're always constantly dealing with quite a number of different plate spinning things. However, again, I think if I didn't have that, I'd probably be bored. So it's good to be doing it. And it's also, I just love getting out and speaking to people. So Heather's always had loads of business ideas. Heather and I first met about 13 years ago when she was running a clinic in Zimbabwe and ended up spending over $100,000 on buying a BTE Primus. And she's still one of the real unique user in the UK, particularly of how she does it and the way she integrates into things. So it's really inspiring for me to get out and speak to people about it, because there's loads of people doing really great stuff and you don't always get to hear about it. I don't think many people in the MSK world would be familiar with Heather, but what she's doing is really unique, and it does tie into other really good clinicians that I know and respect a lot. And she's got some big ideas around data, so we'll be catching up on that. So yeah, I will leave you for now, but look at that for a view, the castle around there. It's a good part of the job. So I found some time for lunch. This is a pesto pasta chicken and halloumi dish. So yeah, when you're travelling, you do take food when you can get it. So I've got my grenade bar. But yeah, full morning of meetings. So we've been with Dave, Howell, sport doc, great guy, educator of diagnostic ultrasound, also uses focused shockwave. So we've been in clinic with him today. Heather's given me a demo of how she uses the Primus and the data she's getting out of that. They both use that from a groin and hip perspective and getting some really good outcomes. And then Johnny is the physio here, and he integrates the whole clinical team. So yeah, it's really interesting. I love getting out and seeing these different environments, and this place is a really impressive setup. Decent food too, and then I'll be heading off to St Helier shortly. So finish the lunch and watch a bit of Mike Tyson. A big thing in this job as well is that you do end up staying away quite a lot. So I'm staying overnight in Jersey, and I'm now in St Auburn, and it's a really, really lovely restaurant. So yeah, it's good. It's really good. I mean, you get to eat loads of nice food. It does mean that you're on the go all the time, and you've got to have an enjoyment for spending time with people and conversation and that sort of thing. But I really enjoy doing that, and I enjoy the different opportunities that come from that, and finding out about people and understanding what they're about, and just building relationships really. So tonight I'm with Heather and Paul, and I'm looking forward to that. So let's see what's on the menu. Also, you've got to be careful of what you eat as well, so I do try and be as healthy as possible. and I did see some sea bass earlier on, so I'll show you what I have. So for dinner we are having, what are we having tonight, guys?
We're having a Sri Lankan curry.
Yeah,
Sri Lankan curry.
in the middle of Jersey with, of course, a non-alcoholic food.
Non-alcoholic pims, yep, so pretty good. We had prawns for starter and chicken and prawn. Finally back, getting into bed now. It's been a long day, so it's been basically 15 hours. Well, no, 16 hours since I left home. So yeah, I've not really stopped since then. But yeah, it was good, really good day. Some great content, seen a really good clinics, met some interesting people, some I knew before, some newer ones. So really good. Gonna give Gabby a call now, and yeah, hopefully it's a sunnier day tomorrow. I can't claim that every morning when I go away it's quite like this. Tide's out here in Jersey, but I certainly do like to get up early. That's Corbiere's lighthouse, which I'm going to walk round to now. And but I know I love getting up early, and certainly love the weather being like this. And I like walking, so it's a nice combination of things. I'm also extremely impatient as well, so which has probably good and bad things. In that I always, when I want to get up and do stuff, sometimes does Gabby's head in, or probably quite a lot actually. In that I'm impatient. I want to get up, crack on, move on to the next thing, which maybe is representative in life and in physical as well, really, which is why it's good that I've got a great team of people to support me who can help do all the stuff that I've moved on from. But yeah, I mean, it's certainly when it comes to places like this, I'm so absolutely buzzing when I'm doing this stuff, and I certainly feel very lucky that I'm able to do it. And it's really good time for me to get out, think. I try and avoid, even though I'm on the phone now, I really do try and avoid looking at WhatsApp or whatever, because I have seen I've got 7 messages on there, so you try and have a bit of time when you can switch off from it, because yeah, well, literally went to bed probably about 11:30, which is a bit later than normal, but that's the nature of being out. And it was a really good day, but it was a long one, and then you're up and you're straight at it again. So it is nice to come out and do these things, make the most of being here, because essentially the company's paying for me to do it, albeit it's my company and kind of my money. It's still, I'm getting paid to go to these amazing places around the UK and the world. So yeah, I really do feel lucky that I'm able to do it. Tide's out at the moment. So yeah, good. Right, I'm going to walk round to that lighthouse, and I'm sure I'll do another video from there. Made it to the lighthouse. Should definitely have brought my sunglasses on this one. And yeah, no, it's great. It's really good. So I'm going to start walking back on that precarious path. It does get, look at that view. It does get, comes in quick, the tide. So they've got some sirens, so I don't know whether I want it to go off or I don't want it to go off. We'll see anyway. So yeah, it's now about 7:10. I'm going to walk back, get ready for the day. I think we're going to head over to the other part of Jersey is the plan. So yeah, just to give you some insight into what goes on this stuff. So I've been working on business idea for a few different months, which is quite exciting, and it's going to involve a sort of AI and website revamp, and so it's going to be quite cool. And then last night I saw someone sent me something that's very similar idea. So I don't know, it doesn't particularly faze me from that perspective. It's just quite interesting to see what's out there. And so now we have to just think of, right, how do we approach this one? Do we continue with what we've got planned? I don't fully know exactly the ins and outs of this one yet. I just saw it. And so do we do our own in our own version, which we probably will do, to be honest, because I think it's going to be really cool for the industry. Plus it's good for the industry to have a few different options on things, and that's my interesting perspective on loads of things, is that there's competition on everything, and it is actually really good to have loads of different people doing things, because they'll always have it slightly different. They'll always come at it from a slightly different way for a different target audience, and maybe just offer some different features. And also it's good for people to have a couple of different bits of choice. Too many can be a bit of a pain. Like there is so many shockwaves and ultrasounds, it can be a bit overwhelming, and force plates and dynamometry now as well, actually. However, I think it is good for people to have options, and it also keeps us on our toes in terms of making sure that you keep your product and service really, really good. So yeah, so that's something that's going on here as well. And then yeah, I'm just going to enjoy the rest of the morning. Going to go and get a coffee shortly. But yeah, it's going to be a good day. I've just been in the sauna at St Catherine's, absolutely boiling, and now I'm going to do some wild water swimming, which is much needed. So we're going out there to do that. There's a bunker from the Nazi times when they occupied Jersey. So yeah, very interesting. Okay, let's check it out. How cold is it? See you, Baz.
How are we feeling, Andy? Good day at
Good,
work.
refreshing. Needed after that. Yeah, I would like a chunky. Back in the sauna, warm, but it was cold in there, not surprisingly. But what a view. Last meeting done, I've now walked round to the airport. Quite handy that the clinic is literally a 10-minute walk away from the airport. And so yeah, all done. I'm now going to catch up on a few notes, prep my social media posts, and then I am boarding in about an hour's time. So may grab some food and a drink, but let's see. But yeah, it's been a great trip. I'm home, it's about 6:30, about 45 minutes delayed on the flight in the end, and then a little bit of traffic getting back, but I'm only 10 minutes from the airport. So that's been 2 days in my world. Not a completely normal trip, but not that dissimilar to ones that I do as well. So yeah, it was a really good one, very productive. We'll definitely get some good business from it. I always get energized by meeting up with different people, and that's one of the main things for me, is it's always really exciting. So I always try and be out the office for at least two days a week, and that's me done now for that. So I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know what you think.